Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So let's have a look at latest update on Lido or the LDO token. So the reason I'm looking at is because in the top 10 in the top 100 tokens, Lido is the second biggest gainer in the last 30 days. So the first one of course would be ENA or the Ethena, followed by LDO or the Lido. It has gained like over 76% in the last 30 days. So the list I'm looking at is basically the top 100 tokens in terms of market cap. Of course, it includes stable tokens and other LSTs, but again, I thought I should look at it because it has been gaining like crazy. So basically, Lido's surge started after SEC announced that certain liquid staking activities fall outside of security laws. So this was a massive deal, especially for all of these LSTs, protocols such as Lido, we have Jito and others. Now, another reason why the token is going up is because Ethereum has just gone nuts, as you can see here. Ethereum just keeps recovering and it is near its all-time high. So that is massive thing for Ethereum, I would say. And now, once it breaks above its all-time high, I think these things could actually look really interesting as well. And it is so close to its all-time high. So its all-time high is like around 48.67 and it's at 63.37. So there's a pretty good possibility that Ethereum may actually see all-time high soon. So that's a pretty big thing, I would say. And if you know, Lido is the biggest liquid staking platform in terms of TVL, like 41 billion. That is a massive amount, and it is the biggest one, as you can see. And even if you look here, it actually had a massive recovery from 14 billion. So that is a massive one again. Overall, I would say because as Ethereum is going up, these liquid staking tokens will most likely go up because whoever are the stakers in the LDO on the Lido in the Lido platform, they too actually want to have some influence in the Lido DAO because Lido or the LDO is a governance token, and as you can see here, there usually are different proposals going on from time to time. So that is one of the reasons why LDO token does have a pretty big demand. As of now, it's like 1.3 billion. Compared to its TVL, it's nothing, of course. It has a TVL of 41 billion and it has a market cap like 1.3 billion. So compared to its TVL, it's not even close, I would say. But again, I think there's a pretty good chance that the token could actually at least hit its all-time high market cap. If not, I think it can hit like December's market cap, which was over 2 billion. So that means it still has a pretty good room to grow as well. We'll talk about it in just a second. But before that, they have another interesting news. So basically, the Lido token holder update call. So this is, I think, their first token holder update call, as you can see, hosted by the Lido Labs. It will be held on August 14th. So like tomorrow or something like that. So this could be a big one if they announce some kind of news or anything like that. I think the Lido may see a pretty good surge, and if the investors aren't happy, the Lido may actually go down as well. So we have two possibilities as well here. So anyways, now coming to the token itself, as you can see here, it's looking really good as of now. I think the token is basically trying to break out from this massive downtrend that it has been ever since start of the 2024, as you can see here. So basically, if let me see, I took the wrong line, so let's try using extended line. So if I would say if Lido breaks from this downtrend, so basically this downtrend has like 3 points. We have 1 2 3 years. So if it breaks above from this downtrend, which is as of now its resistance, I would say is around 1.92. We are still far from 1.9, but again I think it is a possibility since Ethereum is doing really good and overall Lido's TVL is going up. They also have token update call. So I would say anything is possible for LDO as of now. So I would be looking at, if we do see a massive surge after the token upgrade call, I would be looking at, like, I think the first target would be this one. I would be looking at like 2 point, I would say like 2.5 to 2.3 is a possibility. Of course, that is when, if it breaks above from this trend line. But again, before that, I think it can also do a retest around like this level as well. So we could also be looking at 1.9 to 1.8 as well. But again, I think that also depends on what they will be talking about as well on the event. And if you also have any question from the LDO team, you can also ask your question here as well. Now, in terms of its trend, it's looking really well, and it has been following this trend line, which seems to be a bit too steep, I would say. But again, even if it makes a correction, I think it can go as low as $1 or like 1.1 is a possibility. But again, I think overall it also depends on what they will talk about, and it also depends on how I would say how the Ethereum does, and once it hits its new all-time high. But as of now, if you're planning to get some of that LDO token, I would say if it sees like a flash crash, I would say this would be a pretty good entry point somewhere around 1.3 to 1.15. It seems like it is a pretty good entry point for the token. But as of now, it seems really strong, so I wouldn't be waiting for this entry if I was interested, but I'm not that much. But I think again, we will most likely see a pretty good price jump if they announce some kind of news or something like that. So again, I wouldn't count this token out. As of now, it seems to be doing really well. Again, I think this is one of the most bullish token alongside with ENA. So again, if we see some kind of news, or if this hype continues, I'm looking at 1.8 to 1.9, and if it breaks above from this trend, we could be looking at like 2.5 or 2.3. And again, you have to understand that even back in December, it actually ended up hitting 2 billion. So even if it goes as high as 2 billion, the price would be above $2. So I think $2 should not be that much problem for the token as of now, especially when they have a news and Ethereum is going up overall. So I would say overall it's looking really good for the LDO. And even if you look here, this is a weekly breakout. I wouldn't take it lightly, because if it breaks above from this trend, this is going to be one of the biggest, I would say, breakout in terms for the Lido in general. So if it breaks above from here, I think even the $4 is a possibility, because weekly breakouts usually do turns out to play really well. Anyways, this was it. I hope you liked the video. I will be back with more. Thanks for watching.